So in this video we will discuss the Lorentz series and the consequence related with singularity of this Lorentz series. Okay, so the Lorentz theorem, it's a very actually proof of the theorem is very lengthy, but it is not so very difficult. Okay, it's a given condition. What is this? If fz is analytic inside and on the boundary of two ring shape region, okay, ring shape region are bounded by two concentric cycles C1 and C2 with center at A and respective radii small r1 and small r2. Okay, small r2. That is this function. This is the region annular. This is the region actually. Ring shape region. This is the ring shape region. This is also said to be annulus or annular. Okay, so how can you form this annulus or annular or ring shape region? So we have two concentric circles. One is C1, other is C2, and this is the center. We have the radius of C1 is equal to R1 and the radius of C2 is equal to R2. Then you just consider this part. Okay, this is the annulus or annular or ring shape region. The function which is actually R in our case, which is actually R. So the function fz is analytic. Okay, this is the given analytic inside and on the boundary of this region. Inside and on the boundary of this region. Okay, the function is analytic. So then we have to establish this result. F of z is equal to this series plus this series. Okay, and from 0 to infinity a and z minus a to the power n plus summation n from 1 to infinity a minus n z minus a to the power n. Okay, where a n is equal to 1 by 2 pi r. This is integral along C1. So for closed curve, it is the integral is written in this way, contour. Okay, integral is written as writing a circle actually in the integral sign. So this is our an afw divided by w minus a to the power n plus 1 dw. N varies from 0, 1, 2, 3. Similarly, a minus n is nothing but 1 by 2 pi r. This is again contour, that is integral along this closed curve C2 fw z minus w minus a to the power n plus 1 dw n is equal to 1 to 3 etc. Okay, so we have to establish this fz can be written in this way. Okay, so it is obvious we have fz is equal to this part. Okay, fz along integral along C1, integral along C2. So first fz is we are going to use this Cauchy's theorem actually. So this is the Cauchy's theorem. Okay, since this is index number, first person of Cauchy's theorem. So index number is always equal to 1 in case of circle. Okay, index number is always equal to 1. So okay, f of z is equal to 1 by 2 pi I, 1 by 2 pi I. Okay, gamma f of z dz z minus a. Here a plays the root of z and z plays the role of w in this case. So along gamma. So what is actually gamma here? Gamma is the closed curve. So this here the closed curve is, this is the closed curve actually, beginning and ending points are same. So this is the closed curve. You start from here. Okay, start from here, covers this and go to here. Okay, then here. Okay, and then this way. Okay, this is clockwise and this is anti-clockwise. This is clockwise from here to here, then this and this and this, then this. Okay, and this, and finally we can obtain the original position. Okay, so this is the closed curve actually with the help of this. So here actually if you can find out the integral along that closed curve, we have to find out gamma. Gamma should be the closed curve. Okay, this is the gamma. Gamma should be the closed curve. So here how this, if I consider the closed curve, this is first part is C1. Okay, next one is since it is anti-clockwise direction, so it is positive, and then C2 is actually clockwise direction, so it is negative. Okay, so here we have to go this way, so it is negative, and along AB along this straight line AB. Okay, and when we are going to, so here to here C1, then AB. Okay, then here, and this is actually C2 direction of C2 is clockwise, but here you have to consider anti-clockwise direction. So this is the direction of actually clockwise direction, but you have to consider the anti-clockwise direction. So this must be minus of C2, and when we exit from this curve, then this is nothing but actually BA. Okay, so AB, so this is BA. BA is nothing but minus of AB, but these two cancel out, so we have only C1 minus C2. Okay, C1 minus C2, so all are remain same. F of z is something like that. Okay, this is our f of z. Now we are going to find out these two integrals separately. So this is very simple observation. You just observe 1 by w minus z. So this can be written as this. So taking w minus a common, w minus a minus z minus a, w minus a common, 1 minus z minus a divided by w minus a. So you just remember the 1 by 1 minus z expansion. So this is nothing but 1. This is nothing but 1 plus z, 1 plus z square, something like that. So taking 1 by 1 minus w, 1 by w minus a common, this part 1 by 1 minus this is nothing but 1 plus this square, something like that. And after this nth term, this is the nth term, you consider next term will be z minus a to the power n plus 1 or n divided by w minus a to the power n, and next term will be z minus a to the power n plus 1 divided by w minus a to the power n plus 1, so on. So we had infinitely many terms. So from the n plus 1th term onward, we take this part common. Okay, if I take this part common, so remaining part is something like that. So this is here, the bracket is closed. So, okay, now this is from n plus 1th term onwards. So your bracket close. Now this is this, for this is the nth term. Okay, and for next part you can observe this is nothing but so 1 by this means 1 plus z minus a divided by w minus a, something like that. 1 by this means this part actually. Okay, 1 by this means this part. So this expression can be written as w minus a divided by w minus z. Okay, w minus a divided by w minus z. Okay, we have this term is multiplied by here. So okay, so we can have this part. Okay, so next time we are going to multiply all this expression by the 1 by w minus a. So it is simple observation, just you calculate. Okay, this is plus this term. So therefore the first integral 1 by w minus z can be written as something like that, w minus z. Okay, w minus z. And if I consider this a naught a1, something like that, this expression, then what is a naught? This is our a naught, this is our a1. Okay, an minus 1 up to, okay, this is our un. Okay, also for the second integral, second minus of 1 by w minus z, this will be exactly same way, same calculation, so that the second integral can be written in this way. Same calculation, this is not a big deal, you can verify. So we have Vn, what is our a minus 1, a minus 2, these are a minus 1 up to a minus n. Okay, these are the term, and Vn is this is our Vn. Okay, this is our Vn. So Fz can be written in this way. Fz can be written in this way. So Un plus Vn. So this is the required result except Un plus Vn. This is the Lorentz series actually. Okay, summation sign. Okay, except Un plus Vn. So our objective is to show that Un and Vn, these are equal to 0 actually. That is your intention. Okay, so but these are intention. So now W is in C1. Okay, W is in C1, that is the boundary. W is in C1. So obviously W minus A is greater than Z minus A. Distance between W minus A is greater than Z, distance between Z minus distance between W and A is greater than distance between Z and A. Okay, so therefore if I consider the ratio, this is equal to gamma C, this is always less than 1. Gamma is less than 1. Okay, gamma is a constant. So again, if I consider the supremum value of all fw, then this is say m, then that all fw is less than equal to m, where m is a constant. And w minus z can be written as, our objective is to show that this is un and vn equal to 0. So for un we have this term, this is our un. Okay, un is this, so we need z minus a, w minus a, and w minus z. So what is actually w minus z here? So w minus z can be written as w minus z, this is w minus a minus z minus a. So by properties of this modulus function, greater than equal to w minus a minus z minus a, but w minus a is the radius of the first circle and z minus a is something like that. But z, because z lies on here, this is our z lies on the annulus, that is this is our z. Okay, so you can have this region. So now where r1 is the radius of this, therefore mod of this equal to mod of un. So you put the value mod of z minus a, mod of w minus a, this is gamma, but gamma to the power n. Okay, this is gamma to the power n. So maximum value every, this we have this relation, so this must be less than equal to m. Then we have only one part, and w minus z is also, w minus z is less than, greater than this, it is 1 by w minus z is less than equal to this. So this part, so we have this part only, that is we have this. Okay, we have this part, but we know that this is actually we have this ml, m, this is our m. Okay, this is our m is f of this. So L is nothing but the length of this curve C1, but length of this curve C1 is nothing but the perimeter twice by R1. Okay, twice by R1. So twice by R1. So if n tends to infinity, obviously this tends to 0, because this is gamma to the power n. Okay, which is gamma is less than 1, mod of gamma is less than 1. So obviously n tends to infinity means this part tends to 0. So automatically this will give the limit n tends to infinity means un equal to 0, because this is less than equal to, mod of un is less than equal to 0. Okay, so absolutely converges in vice convergence. Okay, so therefore un is equal to 0. Okay, so similarly we can have exactly same way, w is on C2. So w is in C2 means w minus a divided by z minus a. Okay, w is in C2, yes. So our objective is to show that Vn is also equal to 0. So this is our Vn. So w minus a divided by z minus a. W is in Cn means, okay, w minus a divided by, okay, this is less than 1, w minus a divided by the z minus a. Okay, w is in C2. So C2 means the second curve, w is in C2. Okay, so w minus distance between w and a is always less than distance between z and a. Okay, z and a. So w minus a, mod of w minus a, this is less than, so w minus a divided by z minus a, because mod this is distance between z and a is always greater than distance between w and a. Therefore this is equal to lambda c, this is less than 1. So exactly same way R2, the same way this is twice by R2. So this is n tends to infinity means this is also tends to 0. So limit this must be equal to 0, hence the result. Okay, so this is the good result actually. This is the Lorentz series. So hence the result. So this part is said to be actually, this part is said to be the analytic part. This part, the first summation sign, is said to be the analytic part. Okay, Lorentz series. And the inverse part is said to be the principal part. The inverse power of z minus a is called the analytic part. Okay, this is power of z minus a. So this is said to be analytic part, and this is said to be principal part. So we can discuss this concept of singularity in terms of this Lorentz series. So here you can see. So this is the Lorentz series we have. So classification of singularity. So how can you get this actually, the all kind of singularity here in case using the Lorentz series. So if I consider R2 is equal to 0, okay, r2 is equal to 0. So that is the smaller circle. So we have this part only, there is no this part, r2 is equal to 0, something like that. This part is okay, r2 is equal to 0, we have this circle only, okay, this circle. So that is the curve is, so the fz is analytic inside and on this curve other than inside and on this curve other than a. Okay, so this is nothing but the isolated singularity. This is nothing but the isolated singularity. So you just remember isolated singularity. What is isolated singularity? The point z is said to be an isolated singularity if we can find out a circle such that that circle contains only the singular point z0. Okay, there is no singular point. Okay, we have only singular point which is z0. So here this is the same thing. If I consider r2 is equal to 0, there is radius is equal to 0. Radius is equal to 0, so radius of the second circle is equal to 0. So that fz is analytic inside and on C1 except at z equal to 0, which is actually the isolated singularity. Okay. So here all singularities, we discuss all singularities are assumed to be isolated. Okay. And poles are nothing but if the in terms of Lorentz series, poles are nothing but if the principal part contains finite number of terms. Okay, this is the principal part. Okay, reciprocal of power of 1 z minus a. So the principal part contains finite number of terms. If you have this type of principal part, then pole is, and then this said to be z equal to a is a pole of order n. Okay, provided a minus n is not equal to 0. Okay, so removable singularity, again removable singularity, we know that limit exists actually. Limit exists, in this case the removable singularity. And what is the essential singularity? In our previous case we conclude that if a singularity is not a if a singularity is not pole and branch point or removable singularity, then it is said to be an essential singularity. But in terms of Lorentz series, we can define this essential singularity in a very precise manner. So what is this actually? So if the principal part contains infinitely many terms, okay, then we say that z equal to a is an essential singularity. So here z to the power 1 e to the power 1 by z, we assume that this is actually an essential singularity in our previous case. Essential singularity, because you can see the principal, this is the principal part contains infinitely many terms. Okay, 1 by z. So z equal to an essential singularity. So these are some exercise example I have given. So we have to check the singularity at z equal to 1. So this is the function z equal to 1. For convenience of calculation, we are going to consider z minus a is equal to u. So z is equal to, this is our z. Okay, this is our z. E square divided by u cube twice u. Okay, e square divided by u cube. So this is 1 plus twice u, because we are interested in z minus a term. So we are interested in actually z minus 1 term. So 1 plus twice u. This is something like that. Calculation, just put the value of u is this. Okay, so multiplying we have this part. So you can observe here the principal part contains finite terms actually. This is the principal part, contains finite, reciprocal of z power of z minus a, but z minus a is equal to here 1. We have to check the singularity at z equal to 1. So this is the principal part. Principal part contains finite terms. So the this is a pole actually, z equal to 1 is a pole of order 3, because we have this number of terms, principal part. Okay, pole of order 3. So if I consider next one, z equal to minus 2, this is also a singular point. You can verify this is also a singular point. So here we have to verify whether this singularity, what types of singularity is this. So this is an essential singularity. So now z minus 2 is equal to, say, z plus 2 is equal to u. So if I do this, this is 1 by u, but we know there's expansion of sine of z, something like that, z minus z cube by factorial 3, z to the power 5 by factorial 5. So here z is nothing but 1 by u. Okay, so multiplying by u and multiplying by 5, if I collect, okay, first we have 1 minus 5 by z. This is you can observe something like that. So it contains infinitely many terms actually. This is a continuation. Okay, dot 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 dot. It's infinitely many terms. That is, this is our u is equal to z plus 2. So z minus 2, z is equal to minus 2 is an essential singularity because this part contains infinitely many terms. Okay, essential singularity. Okay, next one is z equal to 0. Okay, z equal to 0. You just put z equal to 0, put sign z. You do not to substitute, just exactly do this. So this is this. So you can observe z equal to 0 is a removable singularity because you can, if I put the limit z equal to 0, this part is 0, 1 by factorial 3. So this is, we can have this limit, that is z equal to 0. Okay, therefore this is a removable singularity. So next one says z equal to minus 1, we have to check. So just substitute z is plus 2 is equal to u. So after a little bit calculation, something like that. Okay, we have this 1 minus u, because we know this expansion 1 minus u, 1 by 1 minus u. So this is nothing but 1 plus u square. You keep something like that. So multiplying and multiplying this. Okay, we have this. So you can observe again the principal part contains only one term. This is the principal part. So z equal to is a pole of order 1. Z equal to minus 2 is a pole of order 1. Okay, minus 1. So similarly this one z equal to 3. Just do the calculation. This is z equal to 3. Principal part contains finite terms, or is a pole of order 2. Similarly this part. Okay, so z equal to 0 is a removable singularity. Okay, removable singularity. Forget about this question. You are not interested in this question. You are not interested in this part. I have given this. So okay. Okay, so next one is, so you have to expand this expression by using Lorentz series, valid for this, and this. Okay, so we have to expand this expression. So we have this term mod of z in between 1 and 3. Why we need this, you can see. So after partial fraction we have this part. Okay, but it is given that mod of z is greater than 1 here. So therefore 1 by mod of z is less than 1. So this can be, if I take z common, twice z, 1 plus 1 by z. So why we are going to consider 1 by mod of z? Because this expansion is valid. 1 by 1 plus z is valid when z is 1 by 1 plus 1 by z is valid if 1 by z, mod of 1 by z is less than equal to 1. Okay, then we can have this type of expansion actually, this type of expansion. Okay, so therefore we have to consider this case. Okay, so this type of expansion is this. I just multiply this expression. Again it is given that mod of z, again for this one it is given that mod of z is less than 3. Mod of z is less than 3. So to expand this, actually mod of z by 3 is less than 1. Okay, we have this condition. So mod of z by 3 is less than 1. We need this part, less than 1 concept we need. Okay, so therefore I also, if I take this is taking 3 common, so 1 plus z by 3. So it is mod of z by 3 is less than 1. Therefore you can have this type of expansion. This is plus minus something like that. So if it is minus, all are plus. So this is the corresponding expansion. So for this restriction, we can have this corresponding the value corresponding Lorentz series expansion. Okay, collect the coefficient of same term, same power of z. or 1 by z, you can. So exactly same way actually all this exercise are considered. So for b, number b, this is our number b. Okay, same example, mod of, it is given that mod of z is greater than 1, so we are interested in less than 1, so 3 by 1 mod of z. So here you just consider taking z is common, we can have this part. So again, mod of z is greater than 1 means mod of z is greater than 3 means mod of z is greater than 1, so therefore 1 by mod of z is less than 1. So for z plus 1 we can have this expansion. Okay, so just put a value, exactly same way, same condition, same cases are considered, same concept is introduced here, same concept, mod of z is less than 1, we have to use this concept. All other examples, all are same. It's just a routine work, just do this. Okay, do this. So up to this, just to observe your calculation up to this. Okay, so if you have any problems, so you can ask me. Okay, so that's all for this Lorentz series and the singularity related with this Lorentz series. Okay, thank you.